Inktober Day 6, Pierce and Famine. So it's been a little minute since I said something in one of these videos. There was like a reason for that. It's because I record these late as hell at night and I can't just get on here yapping because I share a room. But this time I'm all alone. So I think it's time for a little explanation. For the past few days, I've been doing the regular Inktober prompts, the default Inktober prompts, but I've also been tacking on these Cult of the Lamb Drawtober prompts. For day 3, I had them actually written on the page. The prompt was fire and crown. The Cult of the Lamb prompt was fire, and the Inktober prompt was crown. And that one was easy because the lamb already wears a crown, so that part already settled. And fire is pretty self-explanatory. You be setting bonfires all the time in that game. But instead of doing the usual fire you would see in the game, I thought to just have a little chaos going. The lamb setting shit on fire and killing people, because that's half the shit you do in that game. Just killing and sacrificing, just killing and sacrificing. That's half the game, just killing shit. I didn't want to do any of the bosses because I don't think that's important to what I'm going to be doing for the rest of Inktober as the actual cult members are. I just did absolute chaos with them. It's like a group sacrifice. Day 4 was Murky and Flower. Now this was less obvious. Kind of requires you to know a little bit about the game. But one of the cultists you can get in the game, one of the types of cultists you can get is a deer. So I kind of made it like less literal, because just drawing a flower would have been boring. A flower and muddy water would have been boring. So what I did instead was I had the deer kind of sitting all sad and shit, with his reflection in the water being normal, light color and pure, but normal pretty much. Meanwhile, the lamb's reflection in the water is dark and brooding. It has the bright red blood eyes, the crown, kind of foreshadowing the control he would have later on above the deer. Kind of like the deer has a murky perspective on the lamb. He doesn't have the full clear picture, because top half of the image, you can see the crown. You can tell that it's there, but you can't really see everything. You can't really see the full extent of what he can do with that crown. You basically just see the lamb with the crown hidden amongst the trees and the shadows. Kind of like a hiding his power sort of thing. In his reflection, you can see the crown clear as day, clearer than anything else. It's still a cult. He's still going to have power over that deer. If I ever did a kind of a continuation of the story, but with like a different animal, it's still like a deer, even though I didn't have the antlers, because I don't think the Cult of the Lamb actually has antlers on its deer. I don't think they do. I'm not particularly fond of, but whatever. So I pretty much just took the hair, the ears, and all that. It kind of looks like a fox without the antlers, but shit, that's just what the deers look like. Day 5's prompts were deer and conflicted, which was incredibly easy for Cult of the Lamb. It's a cult. A conflicted deer follower? That's already a whole thing in the game. That's already a whole mechanic. They're called dissenters. They're followers that rebel against the cult. They start to realize with incredibly low faith in Lamb that this is some bullshit. So instead of killing them immediately, sometimes what they'll do is that they will just lock them up in this little prison, boarded up in the little head and arm prison thing that you keep seeing in the movies way back in the day. Boo, tomato, public shaming shit, that shit. They have them locked up in that, and with some tree stumps surrounding them. I just did that. The prompts were Pierce and Famine. So we kind of got a little story going on in these prompts for real. Because, like, that was like a straight line, day by day. A straight line. It goes from a recruitment to the dissenter, and to now we have the aftermath of all that, which will be a murder. Lamb has the option to kill spies, also the dissenters, and then feed them off to the rest of the cult with the cannibalism mechanic that you unlock. Prompts were real easy. Long as hell to draw for some reason. Coming up with ideas has been real fucking easy. What I had to do with this time is just have them eat the deer. I know it's famine, but like, the famine doesn't last forever in Cult of the Lamb. You can stop it. It only lasts like a few days. So actually having them like killing each other or something throughout the famine, I just made it like Pierce the Famine to break the famine. and they broke the famine with the imprisoned dissenter deer. They fed that deer off to everybody, even though in the background you can see that they have perfectly fine food and vegetables behind them. He just made an example out of the deer and fed them to everybody. God damn, I'm kind of running out of breath. I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of these prompts right here. I'm kind of proud of these past few days. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep this exact same pace going. Be goddamn happy with this little storyline I had going. Let me check the next few prompts. Alright, so the next few prompts is starfish and pores for day 7. There's a starfish and quote of the lamb. Creatures in there somewhere, I'll find something to do.